and the question of the day is, are you a pleasure to be around? We are going to be talking about personality traits that make you unattractive, and it is inspired by social justice warriors. I noticed that this crowd tends to set it up to where people have to walk on eggshells around you. You design things to where people can't just be themselves, they can't be truthful because everything sets you off. You are offended by everything. You can literally find offense in things that were never meant to be offensive. And then you're going off. So the first example, we're going to go to my community tab where I had posted this post, and my friends are always sending me TikToks knowing how I'm going to respond to it. My friends are the ones that give me all this content, to be honest. Yeah, this girl, whatever, she posted that she doesn't get approached like that. And then someone was like coddling her in the comment section. I didn't really have any thoughts on it. So I asked my subs, I said, what are y'all thoughts on this? And, a lot of them gave very sounding advice like they always do. They're very smart on my channel. And then, of course, it's this one colorism warrior that the post had nothing to do with colorism, but of course they have to find colorism issues in every single thing because their ringleader, which is Chrissy, had taught these people every man is a colorist until proven otherwise. So they really go through life thinking that everybody is hyper fixated on skin color like them when we're really not. This is a very laid back post. It was chill. I wanted to know what my audience thought. And I tend to joke a lot on my community tab. I'm rarely serious on my community tab, right? So the colorism warrior finds offense in this post and says, why are you posting a picture of a dark-skinned Black woman and telling people what they think so she can get bashed? I think your intentions are vile. Black women are not the only groups of women who can be insecure on TikTok. Even light-skinned or white women can say these statements. Okay, guys, can you guys point to me where this post had anything to do with her skin complexion? And yet she found a way to obnoxiously make the post about skin color and oppression when it had absolutely nothing to do with that. So this is what I mean when I say these are unattractive personality traits that I'm talking about. Do you go out of your way to find things to be offended about? Because I also responded and I said, I don't like when colorism warriors come to my page because of how y'all see life. I didn't even see it as she's a dark-skinned woman. This is just a post. I don't see everything by skin tone the way colorism channels brainwashed you guys to see. How many videos have I said this in? But yet you conveniently left out all of the times that I've actually talked about light-skinned women to focus on this one. And that's y'all problem. If you scroll down, I just clapped back at a light-skinned woman. Where's your comment then? Stop seeing everything through skin tone and learn to undo what colorism channels is teaching you. You do not sound like a pleasure to be around. And ultimately, this inspired me to do my video. But yeah, no, first of all, I don't even care about skin tone. When I make my content, I'm not even considering skin tone because everybody does not live their life hyper-focused on that. But if you want to make it about that, why do you skip over all of the times I've talked about light-skinned women on my channel? Like, when I was talking about that one woman, she was 400 pounds and she was saying that I have a body of a child. She was light-skinned. I've critiqued so many light-skinned women on my channel, but you see how they find a way to go out of their way and find a dark-skinned woman and be offended? They have a severe victim complex. And it's personality traits like this that people do not want to be around you. I can guarantee you, in Exoticals United, when we were on live, she had brought up this point and it was a fabulous point. She said that the other day, Chrissy was telling her audience, you know what she does, very extreme talking points. So she told her audience that Indian men are colorist, right? I believe she was telling her audience that all Indian men were colorist. So what's going to happen is this. Say if a woman goes on a date with an Indian man, right? You're going to already have it in your mind that he's a colorist, and it's going to change the way you act on the date. You're not going to be a pleasure to be around. Yeah, you're not even going to be able to enjoy the date because there's already negative seeds planted in your head and stereotypes that you've made about that person before you even give them a chance. So you'll basically be going through the date on guard and unrelaxed. And you'll be searching for any moment to find out if he's a colorist, which if you go in looking for something, you're going to find it because perception is reality. That doesn't mean it's true. I think a lot of times it's just your own delusion that you're telling yourself, right? Okay. The minute he accidentally glances at a light-skinned woman, colorist, are you even into me? You're not into dark-skinned women, and you turn into this warrior, like how you're a warrior in the comment section, and you're gonna find a way to make it about skin tone when it wasn't about that. And of course, he's not gonna call you back, and then you'll end up on Chrissy's channel or Barbie Life 2.0's channel or whatever colorism channels, right? And you're typing these long essays. Yeah, that's right, Chrissy. Indian men are colorists because I went on a date with an Indian man and he never called me back and I seen he was looking at light-skinned girls. So that will most definitely be her narrative when the real true situation was he has eyeballs, so he has to look around somewhere, and then you made it about, oh, there's a light-skinned girl over there, he's looking at her. And so you turn into this warrior, you're on the date lecturing him. And so he never calls you again and you think it's your skin tone. But no, he never called you again because you are not a pleasure to be around. You go around lecturing people when it didn't cause for you to lecture someone. So kind of similar to what Exoticals United said, I think that that's actually what be happening when they come back with these stories of he was a colorist. That's what's going to happen if you don't get away from those channels. It is making you guys unbearable to be around. And we were just talking about this on live. We don't even like when you guys come on our channels because you turn into warrior mode. You find ways to make yourself the victim, even though the situation never called for you to be the victim. You set it up to where people can't talk about anything without you being offended. You think that dark-skinned girls are exempt from being critiqued. We're critiquing anyone on our channels. You guys are always coming to people's channels trying to control what they're talking about and don't talk about this because I'm offended. So I just know you are not a pleasure to be around and you are doing that in person. Easily offended people are one of the worst types of people to be around. You set up the atmosphere for people to not be themselves and for people to walk on eggshells. This type of person would be in a relationship and the man would not feel comfortable being honest and open with his partner because especially if you're like that extra feminist type or radical liberal, oftentimes people just pander to y'all. They don't keep it real with you guys because everything sets you off. And you're the type, you will get blindsided by a man. The man will end up ghosting you, leaving you for someone else, and you're scratching your head and you don't know what happened because you set it up to where people are not comfortable communicating with you. You don't have an open atmosphere. I think that's one of the reasons why people tend to really love talking to me is because they know literally nothing can offend me. I'm going to bring it back to my post because I think that my subscribers said really good talking points. Lenria 1807 said, I always say women should desire to be a pleasant experience wherever they go. Be the breath of fresh air people need. Like when I talk to people, I want to be a glass of cold water on a hot day for people. And usually that's how they describe me. I also had one person in the comment section say that they consider themselves like a social justice warrior because that's how they grew up and they fought for like immigrant rights. But this is the same type of person that is always extremely respectful on my channel. So it's not that I'm discriminating against your group. All I'm saying is if you do care about social justice concerns, don't be like what I just described in the video. Learn how to relax sometimes and understand that that is your perspective, but that's not everyone's perspective. Everyone is not thinking about things how you're thinking about it. So oftentimes people like that tend to go off at people for no reason when the person didn't even mean to offend you. You know, but yeah, that lady that said that, she's always a pleasure on my channel. So I don't really care what you are. My subscribers are classy. They act accordingly. I have some of the most beautiful, natural looking Black women on my channel. Okay? They're not offended at what I'm saying. They're actually agreeing with me because they see what I'm seeing. So that's all I'm trying to say. Caribbean King 1011 said, "Ooh, yes, you need to call these social justice warrior narcissists out. Tell me why someone in my family told me that I shouldn't order from McDonald's because they support Israel, so ordering from McDonald's makes us evil now." Yeah, exactly. I think Shira7 actually talked about that, and I agreed with her because she is a very take it or leave it person. This is who I am, and I don't care about how you feel, and I like people like that. And she said the same thing. They were trying to cancel her for buying Starbucks.
Trendy happenings or fake caring happenings, because I'm not going to pretend to care about something that I don't for some clicks and views. All right, sparkle. And it looks silly because the next week you're doing the total opposite. You're boycotting this one week, the next week you sitting up there indulging. So I can't with the social media trendy fake morality. Okay, sparkle. All right, I don't feel guilty for not caring. There you go. If you weren't on social media, you wouldn't know anyway. If you didn't watch the news or pay attention to whatever you're scrolling past, you wouldn't care or know anyway. So, say ignorance is bliss sometimes. Who cares? You know. All right. If you don't live there, if you ain't in it, if you're not into action, there's no side to take. If you ain't in the military, you didn't sign up to take no sides. Sprinkle. You're not in there. You can't care about someone who cares not about me. Exactly. Like we're not supposed to know such things. You know, back in the old days, people thousands of miles away were not supposed to be overly concerned with problems thousands of miles away that had nothing to do with them. Okay. If we weren't connected by the internet or able to see stuff on the news, we wouldn't know or be concerned about such things. That's how I feel.
That video was so relatable to me, and I couldn't agree anymore. I feel like people have their own things that they need to tend to and care about and stressors in their own life. Now, if you have time and extra space to be a social justice warrior, then that's you, but you can't shame people because they don't want to do that. Now, I want to bring up another story. I'm going to move the conversation to LGBTQ because I feel like when it comes to like, are you a pleasure to be around? I think these people are the most extreme people. I mean, they truly set it up to where even YouTubers, we don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know what's right. I don't know what's wrong. I'm scared to talk about them because I feel like my whole channel is going to get shut down. You know, so at this point, they have taken away our freedom of speech. I don't know what's a slur. They're changing their mind every 5 seconds. Yesterday, this was a slur. Today, it's okay. Now it's a slur again. Tomorrow, like, I don't know anymore. Some of us just don't know. You have to realize we're not in that same lens as you.
And he designed some boxer briefs that both men and women and non-binary people of all gender appropriations and the pronouns, everyone is included. I didn't want this to be boxers are for men type situation, and then we have to make a female.
So one time I was talking to one of my clients. I had read on their report that they were transgender, and I had asked, like, are you a transgender? And then immediately they go into defensive mode and they say, it's not called a transgender. See, when you say a transgender, what you're doing is you're calling me an object, a thing. I'm not a thing, I'm a person. It's not called a transgender. You're supposed to say, are you transgendered? That's what they said. And after they went on their little rant and lecture, I just made a tally mark in my head to never talk to this person ever again. Because who wants to be in an environment where they have to literally step on eggshells? It's not comfortable. We don't know what to say because you will literally find a way to be offended when things weren't meant for you to take offense. I clearly am just not in those types of spaces. I did not know you're not supposed to say, are you a transgender? I guess apparently, guys, you heard it from me. Don't say, are you a transgender? Say, are you transgendered? I don't know. Tomorrow it'll be something else though. So actually, never mind. Just disregard that. I don't know. So it's not what you believe in that bothers people. It's the way you choose to go about it. Easily offended people, that is actually one of the worst personality traits. And you're not a pleasure to be around at all. And people are literally looking at the clock, waiting to get away from you. And I try not to live my life on the extreme side, but I will be vulnerable and honest and admit, after that interaction, I was thinking in my head, I don't think I want to have any more interactions with that community ever again. Now, that's something I had to work on because I don't want to let one bad apple ruin it for everyone, but I can see how a person would be like, all right, I'm done. I'm completely avoiding you guys. And I seen another LGBTQ person had actually checked the community about that because they noticed that too. They said, you guys design it to where straight people who are just curious can't ask any questions because you're going off, and we have to stop doing that. And yeah, I have people from that community on my channel, but see, the difference is they're classy and respectful. I don't care what you are, it's how you go about it. So if that is you, what I want you to do is work on understanding that not everyone has your warrior lens. Some of us are just relaxing. Okay, we go through life relaxing, kicking back, having our feet up, we have a glass of water in our hands, we're relaxed. So I know you're on guard and you're looking for moments to go viral and record. Not all of us are living our life like that, so I need you to chill. So yeah, I think this video is important because a lot of people just don't take the time to step back and analyze how they are coming off to the world and others. A lot of people are not mindful of their image and how they make others feel. A lot of what I said is relatable to a lot of people, so feel free to share your horror stories in the comment sections below. My channel is a safe space, and I delete any comments that are trying to attack my subscribers or argue. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys soon. Bye.